Hey, hello, IL-2. This is Isaac again, known as Spectre76 on the forums. We're going to do another basic tutorial for new skinners or veterans. If you want to hang around and watch and give your input, let me know. You can probably help out the guys too, or girls. I don't judge, whoever you are. So we're going to talk about the pen tool, which I think is the most important foundational tool you can learn how to use as a skinner, in my own opinion. Other people might say it's the marquee tool or the lasso tool, but I think this pen tool is going to get you on your way to what you want to do. Now, I used to, like I said before, I used to make this stuff in Illustrator first and do all those extra steps, bring it in here, and then try to manipulate it and all that. But here, I just make the layers that I need as I go, and it eliminates a lot of work. My skins are made a lot quicker. And if you may have noticed, I got my swatches back the way I wanted them before. And I had to go back 2 versions. So if you're in the same predicament as me and you got those stupid fucking groups up here, just install the other previous 2 versions and get rid of it. I've already went on the Adobe forums and complained. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people on there talking about that. So, like, if life was a cartoon and we all spawned light bulbs over our head because we had an idea, the motherfucker who came up with that spawned a busted Christmas bulb, dude. I kind of know how it happened because I work for a big corporation. Some of you know I'm an engineer. And if you guys work for a big corporation, doesn't matter what country you're in, you already know what happened. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. There we go. Sorry, we'll go on our way now. So what we're gonna do is new skinners. So I want you to pull up a template. It doesn't have to be the P51. It can be any one you want. And just zoom into a place where you can see some nice separation of panels and some rivets and all that. Like this one here, I got these deep, black lines. Those are clearly separate panels. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video now and do that, and I'll wait here for you. Okay, I assume you're back now. So let's go ahead and grab the pen tool. You can over here, you can click on it, or see what it says there. You can press P. So I'm going to choose P. I like hotkeys. And notice it doesn't look like this. That's okay. It's because I have caps lock on. You can take caps lock off if you choose to, if this is easier for you. Or you caps lock on. I use on because see how straight these are. And if you want to be sure that you're covering the actual model, let's scroll up here to wire. And this way you can see whether you're there or not. So I'm going to go ahead and just click right over here outside the line. I'm going to match up the horizontal and put my target right about just right as close as you can. That's good enough for government work. We'll get this one straight. Wow, it actually came in perfectly. Now here, I want you to listen first. Don't do anything. We're going to do what's called a click and a drag. That means you're going to hold down your left mouse button as you do this. So let's do it together. We're going to go up here and we're going to click right here. And we're going to hold, drag your mouse up right there, and let go of the left button. And then come over here and we'll do the same exact thing. We're going to click, hold, kind of follow the direction of the mold line. That's what those are called in engineering if they're darker than the rest. Go here. Doesn't matter as long it doesn't. You don't have to trace them exactly perfect. In fact, I don't want you to do that because if you get around that green line and you look at your model in the game, you're gonna see like a thin line of silver right there or something. If you have like a green paint job or something like that, it just looks retarded. So we have a closed profile. In fact, let me show you something. Go edit. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. Do Control Z. There we go. And Control. Now we'll leave it at that one. So see how we got that one? Now when I go to this last node, see that little circle that forms on the bottom right of the cursor? That means you're closing the profile or the path or the work path, which is the proper name. So say you went up too high here and is interfering with another piece of the model. How do you fix that? Well, I want you to press A That's the direct selection tool. Then I want you to just click on one of these nodes, like that one right there. Notice it highlights, and now we have sizing handles. We can just drag it on down, just like that. And then, or you can click it and use the arrow keys if you don't want to drag. Okay, and then say you, right here, the geometry like changed abruptly and it was a cutout right there and went up there. Well, you would hover over that, the size node. So do that real quick. Any one, doesn't matter. I want you to hold down Alt and then drag any direction. That's how you do that. So this is why you can make logos and stuff like that in here too, but you have to plan out your design. Like say the JG27 Jasal Cross, or however you say it. I know I'm probably butchering it. I'm not German, please forgive me. It's a white shield with an inner yellow border, some brown in there, I believe, and some black plain. So you make the white shield first, make a new layer, make that yellow outline, make a new layer, put the brown parts in there, make a new layer. And you can do all three planes at one time, or you can do one aircraft at a time, put them all three together, and bam. Then you just merge them all together and you got your unit emblem. Let's press Control Z and get back to where we were. And that's how you do that. It's as simple as that. Now to color all this in, it doesn't matter if only one of these is selected. You just right click on it and you go make selection, or there's another way. See this new tab here, paths, that just showed up? It says work path. Right click on that. You can go make selection. You can fill it with a color. You can stroke it. You make a symmetry path, 3D extrusion. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to go make selection, feather radius. We'll just leave it the way it is. And there, it's selected. Now stainless steel is a little bit darker than aluminum, so let's go ahead and we're going to turn off the weathering really quick. And we're going to turn off the panel lines and rivets and the shadows. We're going to get a sample, so press I, like we learned in the last one. Got our registration mark, click it, and we'll just double click on the swatch here. And we'll drag her down to like something noticeable like that, not too dark. Then we'll press B, and wow, I got that really big. Bracket key left. It's not showing up because I have caps lock on like a dummy. There we go. So don't forget, if you can't see it and you think it disappeared, it didn't. It's nothing wrong with the program, it's you. So you just press B and then just make sure your brush is always bigger than your selection. Kind of get that in there. Make sure it's in there. Make sure if you got flow set lower than 100, you got to go over this a few times. Press W, or you can press Control D. Do that. We'll turn all this stuff back on. So what I like to do, instead of turning off these one at a time, I'll click above here, I'll click a folder, make a new group, and I'll just call it effects, because that's just what I want to call it. So let's go down, we're going to click that, hold down shift, click again, drag them all in there, and then there you go. So now I can just do that one hit, boom. Easy peasy. Now go back to our stainless steel layer. And you can see it's a little darker, so let's control click in the preview, and we're going to make it a little bit darker, a little bit more noticeable. So we'll go about go right there, and press B, caps lock, and there we go. So in game, it's going to look completely different than what you see here. So, and I'll show you guys that after I pause the video. So let's zoom out. And you would see that there's also more parts of the plane, like right here behind the cockpit, stainless steel there. There's also stainless steel here, because right here, I believe, the flight control pulleys are right there. And the chances of them hitting one of those is higher than hitting the cables. The cables are a lot thinner. Me personally, if I were designing this, I'd have put stainless steel like in the whole entire empennage right there. But then again, it'd be a heavier plane and we wouldn't have got the performance that we got. And carbon fiber and all that stuff didn't exist back then. I mean, could you imagine our carbon fiber P-51 right now? That would, oh god, that thing would slay. I think it would just be drag limited as far as performance. I mean, I guarantee you'd get at least 550, even maybe even close to 600 miles an hour, depending on what propeller you have on it too. Um, so that's how you do that, and we're going to show you what this looks like in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video on my end, and then when you guys come back, you'll see. So let's go ahead and pause now. Okay, guys, and we're back in the skin viewer. So as you can see, I got the darker metal here. I probably should make it a little bit lighter. I don't know if the steel is that dark against the aluminum, but you can kind of see what I was doing here. Just to give it a little bit more realism. You know, like up here, like I was talking about before, this trim piece here. And probably, yeah, all this right here up to that curve right there. That was all stainless steel. Then right back here, this panel here, that one was stainless steel. Going back here, the rudder was painted aluminum lacquer, which is why it looks the way it does here. And it was also not metal, it was fabric. The trim tabs here are also painted, so these shouldn't be chrome either. A lot of these rivets where the dirt is, you wouldn't see any of that. This is completely filled in, smooth. All that right there is just smooth, filled in with putty or whatever. I think the only panel lines you're able to see are just the gun ports. Ammo belts right here, and the 3 guns on this side. And then right here from this angle panel all the way, like all the way through, the rest is like real, like mirrored chrome, and the rest of it up here is just kind of like it's silver the way it is, but it's not like chrome like that. At least in the pictures that I posted. But anyway, I hope the pen tool thing helped you. Probably a lot more to it. I didn't cover adding nodes or removing nodes. I will see you again on my next tutorial. I'll try to cover that. I think we'll do a simple unit emblem. We'll do one together, like maybe like the 9 GAG54, the Red Devil or Laughing Devil, however you want to say it. I got a good photo of one. So maybe we'll do that together. Then you guys can kind of get a feel for what I do. And it's just one part of what I do. It's not the whole thing. Like I said, one of these days I'll put a whole skin tutorial up here. Probably on a bird I know really well, like a 109 F4. I know that playing like the back of my hand as far as the template goes. All right, take it easy, guys. See you later.